Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and today I'm going to be going over a what sold for the month of December video with you guys. I haven't been really making these videos just because I don't really have the greatest equipment for doing this, so I have a friend who lets me use his, so I'm very grateful for that. So I've got a lot of really cool, random, all over the place items to share with you guys of all different prices in different places that I picked them up. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you like this kind of content, and I'll try to put more of these out. I'm also going to make a what sold on Poshmark video, so be on the lookout for that closer to the end of the year as well. And without further ado, let's go right into the what solds and give you guys the good stuff. All right, so technically this is a November 30th sale, but I wanted to include this just because it was a really cool sale to make. This is a Walt Disney Contemporary monorail set that I had listed. I picked 3 of these up at a garage sale, and I already sold one for $250 on Facebook Marketplace. And then I sold this one for, I accepted a best offer of $250 and the buyer paid shipping. So all in, I had $80 invested in 3 of these items, and just between 2 of them sold, I've already made over $500. So really cool item. Disney stuff is always great, especially vintage stuff or things that are just a little more on the oddball side. They discontinued these, so they don't make them anymore, which is just makes it all the more valuable. Next up, we have just a basic Under Armour hoodie. I don't know what was so special about this. I picked it up at the bins, so I've got less than $2 into it, and it's just got the light blue color that matches the font graphic or text, whatever you want to call it, on the front. And I ended up having like 18 watchers on this item, and I couldn't believe it. And almost everything you'll see for the month of December that was under $100 was from a 20% off sale that I ran. So just so you guys understand those numbers, or if I had a best offer, I'll share that. But someone ended up paying for this when I ran the 20% off sale of $20.79 with the buyer paying shipping. Next, Nintendo, especially Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 are great items to sell. This was a storage unit pickup from that video I made of my buddy who gave me all of his stuff to sell from his storage unit, and I ended up running the 20% off sale. Sold this for $28 plus free shipping on this item, and I ended up doing a deal with my buddy for 60-40 as a consignment deal. So I get 60%, he gets 40%. So I'll end up making about $18 or so on this item with no money invested. This was a really cool sale because I found this at a garage sale, which I didn't record this day. And there really wasn't anything to pick. It was a really bad day of garage sales, so I couldn't make a lot of video content, but there was a box of free stuff that someone had put out with a sign that said free. I ended up not even buying anything from the garage sale, and they gave these to me for free. I put them all as one lot and ended up selling them at a best offer for $25 with the buyer paying shipping. This is just a classic BOLO. Pink Victoria's Secret brand is a great brand to sell or be on the lookout for, which is what BOLO means. This sold for $19.99 with the buyer getting free shipping on this. So, you know, not huge profit margins on things like this, but they sell really quick. So I got this at the bins. I probably have about 50 cents into it. So to turn 50 cents into 20 bucks, you know, I'll take that all day. This was a really cool sale, this Saab Scania jacket. You can see right here, brands like this that are attached to very popular things like cars or racing or sports, things like that, sell very well for me, especially jackets. I picked this up at the bins, so I have very little into it, and I ended up accepting an offer of $60 with the buyer paying shipping. And like mechanics or different employees who work at these kinds of companies like to purchase this stuff because they believe in the product that they sell or the company that they work for. So this was a great sale, 60 bucks. Here's a really funny sale. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, I had picked a bunch of Mountain Dew cans up from a Winn-Dixie right before Halloween, probably a month before Halloween, actually. They were buy one, get one free. So I got 48 cans for about 10 bucks because they were $4.99 each. And I started listing them on eBay just as a joke to see what would happen. I ended up selling quite a few cans already, and in December I sold a couple through my 20% off sale. So $5.59 is what the can sold for, plus $5 shipping. So again, not tons of profit on this item. It's just more funny to see that you can sell anything on eBay. But the fact that I could sell one can of soda and it paid for a whole 12 pack is just hilarious to me. So I bubble wrapped it, I put it in a tube, and then I boxed it. And buyers left me really good feedback that the can arrived, in good shape. So really happy with that. This was a really random pickup that I got at a thrift store. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for these ice skates. I saw that they had a good resale value and they've been sitting for a while. And so I listed them at $55, ran the 20% off sale. Someone made me an offer of $35 and I accepted it just because this was stale inventory that had been sitting for a really long time. You can see the picture in the background, like just a wrinkled sheet. This was a long time ago from my listings. So I was actually really happy to sell these. They were in decent shape, but $35 plus shipping is still a good return. Here's kind of like a nostalgic sale. This was a Tamagotchi, brand new in the box. I picked it up at Goodwill for 99 cents. And this is a 2018. It's not actually an original one, but somebody bought this for the nostalgia. I sold it for $19.99, free shipping with my 20% off sale. And only had to add 3 pictures here. You can see that it's just brand new, never opened. This is a great bread and butter sale, as a lot of Josh likes to say. For me, Disney stuff sells very well, very fast. I had listed this and it sold relatively quickly, even with this big 2018 date on it here. You got Mickey on the side. It's just a very clean shirt. Disney parks. It's not vintage at all. And I still sold it for $20 with free shipping on my sale. Here is a Pokemon Charmander plush. I picked this up at a garage sale for $1. And I ran the 20% off sale and sold for full price of $27.99 with the buyer paying shipping. This thing literally weighed nothing. It was like stuffed with styrofoam or something. So I was able to send it first class in a box, which was crazy. And just a really cool sale. Ironically, I had just started decorating my son's room and it's a Pokemon theme because that's what he wanted. And then of course this sells and a Pokemon blanket that I had in his room sold. But I wasn't going to cancel the sales. He's getting a bunch of Pokemon stuff for Christmas. So, had to make the money. This was a flea market pickup. Excuse me. I paid $4 for this at the flea market and I sold it for full price of $23.99 with free shipping. So after shipping costs about $4, I make $20 minus my cost of goods. About $4 is $16. And then you minus out the eBay fees on $24. You're about 13%. So you're looking at about $3. So I'm still going to profit about $12 on this item, which isn't bad for, a quick flip. Disney stuff sells very well. Again, this is a old Disney store golf Tigger shirt. And so it has a lot of reach between Disney, Tigger, golf, and it's just a nice clean polo. So there's lots of different people that it would reach and it sold very fast. This is just another funny sale. I picked this up at $1 at a random thrift store that I just happened to drive by. It's a Suzanne Somers Thigh Master. And I've actually sold a couple of these. I think this is the 3rd one I've sold. This one had some stains and some cracking on it, which I disclosed in the description. Has some light wear from the years. It's original. Please see pictures. And I sold it for $15.99 with the buyer paying shipping. And on this one, I actually squeezed it really tight, folded it in half, and then put it in an eBay poly mailer. And it stretched out the poly mailer, but they're very thick and very strong, very durable. And I knew it wouldn't break. So that worked out really well. I was able to actually ship this first class and save a little bit of money. This is a good sale, a Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors jersey. I ended up accepting a best offer on this of $25 with free shipping, but I got this from a friend of mine who reached out to me on Instagram, and he had a bunch of clothing and shoes that he wanted to get rid of out of his closet, and we went to high school together. He said, make me an offer. I offered him $40 for everything, and he said, that's awesome. Just get it out of my closet. And this was one of the items. I've already way made my money back on those items. And this one sold for $25 with free shipping. So basketball and sporting apparel in general tends to sell very fast for me. Speaking of sporting, this is a vintage pair of Nike Adidas Pro-Fi cleats. This was a really cool pickup because the comps were looking somewhere between $50 to $100 for these. I paid $8.99 for them at a Goodwill retail store, and I listed them super high for $110 just to see what would happen, and they took a really long time to sell. I ended up accepting a best offer of $65 free shipping, and I believe it's because they were a size 8. So, size matters with shoes for sure, so do your research, but still a really good sale. To pay $8 for something or $9 and sell it for $65 is a really good profit margin even after fees. This was in my recent flea market pickup video. This is a vintage Dale Earnhardt snapback. NASCAR stuff, again, sporting stuff sells really good. And I had managed to get it cleaned up a little bit, but it still had some yellowing, as you can see right there under the Dale Earnhardt embroidery. But it's just still overall very clean. 7-time champion right there. And I sold this for $23.99 with the buyer paying shipping. I paid $4 each for 5 hats at the flea market, so I already made my money back on just 1 hat sale. These next 2 items are just classic, typical sale items. One, because of the mug life. If you follow Gary Vee, it's kind of like a joke with him, is he loves to sell mugs because you can get them so cheap. This is a Starbucks mug. Starbucks anything has a huge following, and so this mug I sold for $12, buyer paying shipping. And then here's another Starbucks mug that I ended up selling. This is a bone china model from 2009. And this one ended up selling for $15.19 with the buyer paying shipping again. You need to know how to ship mugs very carefully, very practically if you are looking to sell mugs, because they can get broken very easily in shipment. Fragile stickers on the box are very important. But 2 Starbucks mugs sale, I have about $1 or $1.99 each into them. So not huge profit, but very fast sellers because they're Starbucks. This is a really cool sale. I sold this Elmo plush from 1998 for $40 with free shipping on my 20% off sale. Plush is a new niche or niche, however you want to say, that I'm getting into or that I've been listing lately. I always look at Goodwill now or at garage sales because you can typically pay a quarter, 50 cents, or even $1 for a plush and make good profit. You have to do your research again and look them up, but this one was a very fast seller. I probably had this for less than 3 weeks, and it sold on my 20% off sale for $40. So people who like Sesame Street or Barney or SpongeBob or, Rugrats or whatever, the original kinds of stuff or vintage stuff sells very well. This was a great sale. This Nike Arsenal hoodie right here that I got from my storage unit buddy, and I accepted a best offer of $35 with the buyer paying shipping on this, and I had $0 invested into it. So Arsenal is a soccer team. Nike is a great brand. The combination and the colors made for a really solid sale for a used hoodie. Again, this is a used jacket that he wore for years. He even told me that he took it backpacking with him on his trip to Europe years and years ago, which was like 2009 or 2010. So this hoodie is more than 10 years old and it's still sold for $35. So be on the lookout for soccer and Nike stuff. Here's another clothing item, Volvo, just like the Saab jacket. This one wasn't as valuable, but I picked this up for like $5 at a Goodwill, and it sold for full price, or I accepted a best offer on this of $25 with the buyer paying shipping. And you can see here that there is definitely some distressing on it, which I described in my description. And you can see there's even a little bit of stains right there, which I didn't notice. I didn't thoroughly look through it, which is why I ended up selling it cheaper. I didn't even list it as high as I wanted to, just because of the fact that it had some stains on it. So I was very happy that it still sold $25 with the buyer paying shipping. This was a cool and fast flip. Sony specifically, but DVD combo VHS players are great bolos to be on the lookout for. You can normally get them under $10 at thrift stores typically, or garage sales, sometimes even $1 or $2, because people don't know what they have. They just think because it's a VHS tape that it is not worth any money. And I ended up selling this right away in less than 24 hours for $56 with the buyer paying $25 in shipping. This was a great sale. I got this for free from my grandfather's house. He passed away, and there was a bunch of stuff from our estate sale that we had to get rid of, and I knew that there were just a couple of good items that I could flip on eBay that would not sell at garage sales for any kind of money. So I flipped this one, and I was very happy with the fast turnaround. This was an insane sale. I don't even know where to begin to describe why or how or when I picked this up. I think I got it for like a quarter at a garage sale with a bunch of other stuff. And the only reason I know that it was worth anything was because you look on the back here and there is still the barcode from the original packaging, even though it's absolutely disgusting. Look at that. I picked it up and scanned it, and it was showing that these were selling new in the package. The Dixon Ticonderoga 99995 mechanical pencil pack. I ended up selling this for full price of $47.99, free shipping on my 20% off sale, which I was just blown away by. I kind of listed it as a joke, just like the Mountain Dew cans, and sure enough, it sold. So do not hesitate to look things up. Don't be afraid to try new things. I mean, for something that I paid a quarter for and sold for 48 bucks, I just couldn't believe it. Here is a great bolo. Be on the lookout. These are a pair of Rafis women's flats shoes that I picked up at a Goodwill for $7.99, and I ended up accepting a best offer of $100, free shipping. They went in a padded flat rate envelope, which cost me about $6.97. So all in, I'm literally less than $15 and minus fees. But I sold them for $100, so minus fees, 13%. I'm over $75 net profit on this item. So be on the lookout for Rothy's. There are fakes out there, so you have to be aware of that. The tag is kind of the telltale sign from my research. This one was extremely faded, and I disclosed that in the listing. But there is like a glossy tag and a non-glossy tag. Supposedly the non-glossy tag is kind of like a fake Rothy. Don't quote me on that, but do your research. And I learned a lot about these from Facebook reselling groups that I'm a part of, and someone mentioned them as a bolo, and I ended up finding them, scooping them up, and selling them within 24 hours. The next item is another great sale. I picked these up at a garage sale for 25 cents. In one of my most recent garage sale videos, I got a bunch of garage sale items in a bag for 25 cents each. I just picked up a bunch of stuff and asked the lady how much, and I had like 8 items. She said, give me $2, 25 cents each. And this pack of Rolex golf tees and markers, new in package for $28 free shipping. This thing cost me like $2.76 to ship. So I'm profiting well over $22 net profit on this item for a 25-cent investment. That is like 100x my money when you look at it like that, and you just can't get those kinds of returns anywhere, not even on the stock market. This was a pair of shoes I wasn't even planning on selling. I got these at the bins, and I kept them for myself because they were my size and they were comfortable, and I liked the colors. You can see on this image right here that the tongue of the shoe was ripped and torn with a pretty big hole right there on the edge. I disclosed that in the listing. I just listed them to see if they would sell. I listed them for $70 because I really didn't even want to sell them. But with the 20% off sale, they were $55.99. Someone made me an offer of $35, and I said, you know what? What the heck? Let's make a sale tonight. And it sold for $35 with the buyer paying shipping, and I picked these up at the bins with very little money invested in them. So still very happy for a pair of damaged shoes to sell for $35. Here is a great bolo. If you are not looking for Cutco or don't know about it, the brand Cutco is an amazing item to be on the lookout for. These last 3 items that I'm going to share with you are all very good bolos, very good selling, high profit items. So be on the lookout for all of these. This is a set of 6 Cutco pearl handle steak knives that I got from my grandfather's estate. I actually sold him these knives when I was selling Cutco in college, and I took them back when he passed away, and they were clearing out the estate because I knew they wouldn't sell for a lot of money at the estate sale, and I listed them on eBay for $189. I got tons of offers within 24 hours of $100 and $120 and even $150. And I ended up accepting a best offer of $170 with the buyer paying shipping. Some sales even go higher than that, up into the $200 and $250 range if you're willing to wait for the right buyer for a set of 6 or 7 or 8 steak knives. The average selling price for one of these is about $30 on eBay. So Cutco is a great brand to look out for. Many resellers share this brand, and it's definitely very good. These were super clean. They're made in the USA, still very sharp, no damage on them. This was another great pickup. This is a Minox 110S camera. I know nothing about these, but it was in mint condition with the owner's manual and everything. I looked this up on eBay, saw that the comps were good, and picked it up and listed it. Ended up accepting a best offer, just like the Rafis, of $100. And I just actually shipped that out this morning. Today is December 18th, 2019 for me. So these next two sales that I'm going to show you, this one and the last one, are great pickups for high profit items. And I sold this for $100 free shipping. It cost me $8.50 priority mail. I could have put it in a flat rate envelope, but for the difference of $1.50 of what it cost me, I'd rather put it in a box, bubble wrap it, and packing peanuts to make sure it gets there safe and sound. So great sale, very high profit. This is probably one of my favorite items that I've sold in a while. This was a Rawlings big barrel composite bat. I know nothing about baseball bats or sporting equipment, honestly, but I'm at the thrift store. I saw like 3 or 4 of these laying down, and I picked them up. I typed in the model numbers, which are on the bat, which I will show you right here. This is US 8Q10 2 5/8 inch diameter bat. I typed that in with the brand Rawlings, and sure enough, this is like a $250 bat, brand new. So I picked it up. It only cost me $1 at the thrift store, and I just accepted an offer today of $120 with free shipping. I honestly wasn't even expecting to make 50 bucks on this. I just listed it high again because, you know, you might as well give things a shot. And that's what I did. I listed it for $180, got tons of lowball offers, just decided to be a little more patient. And I probably could have even sold it for more if I waited, but $120 to a $1 investment is absolutely insane. I am just super thrilled with that. And just a great bolo to be on the lookout for. Don't sleep on baseball bats, guys. Always look them up. You don't have to pay for them. You can look up the model number. I know Part-Time Pickers picks them up. Daniel Martin picks them up. I think Rally Roots picks them up. And a couple other resellers too that I've seen pick up baseball bats. They're great sellers, but you have to be willing to be patient. So those are all the bolos, guys, the great sales, but I'll just kind of swipe through these. I've sold ink, Zara Man, vintage 1984 Levi duffel bag, Pokemon blanket, more cameras, Aloe yoga leggings, Nike shoes. I sold these in 24 hours. I paid $5 for these and sold them for 36 bucks plus shipping. A NASA hat, Hoka 1-1. This is actually something I want to share real quick. This was a very bad pickup on my end, even though Hoka is a great brand to source, because if you look right here, the inside and the back were torn and ripped. I got these at the bins. I was fighting for shoes because the people go crazy when the shoe drops happen. I just threw them in my cart and never looked at them again. And when I got home, I realized how bad they were. So I listed them super low. With my 20% off sale, they still ended up selling for $31.99 with the buyer paying shipping. So very happy about that. But as you can see, I will list and sell anything and everything, guys. This is not going to load for some reason. Here we go. T-shirt, another t-shirt, an Adidas hat, a phone, a Star Trek PC game, Nintendo 64 controller, Lululemon shorts. These ones were like compression shorts. They really weren't worth much. But I paid $4 and sold them for $16. Pokemon hat, a tie, PS3 games, clothing, another plush Shamu for $8. I got that for free. Super Nintendo game, Guitar Hero guitar, a Wacom professional graphics tablet. I got that from my grandfather's estate. Again, I sold it for $67.99. A Grinch sweater, Sonic the Hedgehog Nintendo Wii U game, clothing, hockey puck, mystery machine. I mean, all sorts of stuff, guys. You can just see, I don't just limit myself to one type of market. I sell all sorts of stuff. TV remotes sell really fast and really well. Chutes and ladders from 1979, a Conair curling iron, baseball glove, and more, pocket knife and more, as you can see. So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gives you some inspiration and motivation to look out for all sorts of items at the thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, and even friends and family that might have stuff to sell. If it's brand new, you can always scan it with the eBay app. There is a little camera on the eBay app. When you go to the homepage, you can just scan barcodes and it'll give you everything that you need to look up comps and see what sold. I look up almost everything before I pay for it, unless I already know the brand. For example, Lululemon. I already know that that's going to sell, so I pretty much always pick it up unless it's a model of the Lululemon that I'm unsure about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for my What Sold on Poshmark video coming out very soon as well. And make sure to hit the thumbs up button if you like these kind of videos, and I'll do them more. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, money!